we have Henley Rowing Club on the Berkshire station and Scotch College, Melbourne, Australia on the Buckinghamshire station. So Henley Rowing Club were winners at national scores, defeating Leander. Bit of an upset, wasn't expecting that, I don't think people were, but...
No, they weren't. The Henley crew did a great job winning that race, and I think that's going to be a good showdown if they get to meet each other later on in the regatta.
But that's the thing, it's delivering on the day. Doesn't matter what the form guide says, got to turn up, deliver when it really matters.
Yeah. And here you can see Henley local club. This is the river they train on every day, taking advantage of Scotch College. And again, Scotch College, not to be confused with Scots College. We just had Scots is in Sydney.
Yep.
Scotch College are in Melbourne.
And what sort of rivalry they have.
Yeah,
Australia, they must have some.
They must have some, exactly. I think they tend to race within their own cities, the schools, but then they have their national championships at the end of the year. And here Henley got an early lead. Looks like it might be somewhere near clear water.
As we move up the course on Fawley, you can see Henley have really taken the demanding lead as they've moved out now. And as we mentioned, because they have that clearance now, they can move into the middle of the river.
Just bossing it, aren't they?
They're just moving really well, very confidently. As you said, they train this stretch every single day, so they will know this stretch of water better than anyone.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because of the circulation pattern, actually, they train the other way around on this bit. But they know where they are on the river, they know the markers, they know the point of view. But I've got to say, I remember when I first came here, I trained here in the winter a bit, and it's all fields and there's nothing going on. It's just people walking their dog, and then you turn up for Henley and it's like you've just landed on Mars. All this infrastructure has been built. It's just amazing what gets done here.
You know, the team that's put it up, you know, we always thank them so much because it doesn't work unless that's all put up and it's ready to go for the regatta to kick off.
Yeah, I mean, you just couldn't invent this now, could you? The infrastructure this has created, the history behind this, it's absolutely amazing. Sort of cauldron of competition.
And as we see by the number of international entries and crews that have come over, you know, how important this is to the rowing calendar for the development of the sport, people wanting to race at Henley.
And because the entries were so high on Friday last week, that we have a pre-qualifying head race, all line astern, and so many people were eliminated from the regatta before they even got to compete. But the atmosphere on that Friday, it's amazing. It's such a great event on its own.
And just, could you explain to like some of the listeners that may or may not know, like with qualifiers, you know, how does it work? So obviously they don't race side by side.
Yeah, so some crews are allowed to come straight to the event, they're pre-qualified. And other crews that they don't know very much about, they're required to race on Friday last week. And it races from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the crews all have to do a timepiece from the start to the finish, single file, one after another. And then basically, if you qualified, your name is listed in alphabetical order. If you fail to qualify, your time is shown in speed order. So you know how close you were to qualifying. But if you've qualified, you have no idea what your speed is. So when you come to compete at the event here, nobody who's already racing has any information on you. So it's clear. But the buzz, the atmosphere on Friday was unbelievable. It was taking people 2.5 hours to get out of the car park. There was so much traffic.
And it's that emotional high and low, isn't it? You know, the ones that qualified are ecstatic. You know, the joys of the cheers of celebration, and then you've got the other end of the spectrum, the ones that were hoping to make it. And kind of upset because they haven't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something at the airport, isn't it? People leaving and coming back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And here's Henley Royal Club really doing a great job here, just very composed. Yeah, and you can see the difference a little bit in terms of how they try and scale compared to St. Paul's. They're not quite as patient with their body when they're paddling like this. I mean, it's not worse, just a slightly different approach to what they're doing.
But I go back to different systems, different coaches, having different philosophies or technical model they're working towards. But the most important thing is everybody must be doing the same thing. That's the thing.
That's the key thing. And they've wound down before the finish. I'm not sure that's going to be very popular.
Or maybe they just didn't actually know where the line was.
Local knowledge.
Yeah, but that was a win for Henley Rowing Club over at Scotch College, Melbourne from Australia in the heat of Fawley Challenge Cup.